Good evening. My name is Bashir Fancy. I'm one of the founders and the president of BIZTEK Professional Association Canada, BTPAC. Our website is btpac.org. But tonight, I'm coming to you to share a specific tip, as I shared with a couple of friends of mine in business, and they asked me to put it out here, so I'm going to do that. We've been looking at a lot of the challenges around cybersecurity tools and so forth. And at this point in time where we've in the thick of economic challenges, they were caused by COVID, but it doesn't really matter. We are in the middle of that. And what I wanted to share with you is that some of the reviews that I've done is how I found this thing out. So I'm going to share. It's a very simple process you can do. So who am I addressing here? I'm addressing the executive management. I'm addressing the finance department, CIO, security people, certainly, but I would rather that they were not doing this review. And most importantly, risk management, internal audit. Why internal audit? Because you need to find somebody in your organization who hasn't been involved with this part. You want specifically because you want them to actually ask a lot of questions. Go look at in the last 10 years, working with your finance, all the tools you have bought. Doesn't matter from which vendor. Take a look at it, use a spreadsheet. A simple, crude process will work in this. So you have one column with all the tools that you purchase. Perhaps you can put the money in there. So you look at that. Then you look at what are the tools that you have actually installed in your network that people are using. Your organization using. 3, look at exactly the amount of money you're spending on training. Which tools are you spending now to train? You know that because as you promote some of the stuff to production. 4th, look at what organizations you've been paying some money for maintenance. Now, as you start to go through, no holds barred, don't exempt anything, you look at everything. So what you're doing is you're reconciling all the way through from the time you bought it, from the time you tested, from the time you installed it, the network that's located, your inventory, which may have, may not have, and you will find out what I found out, is that the organization had actually, one of the organizations was trying to buy a tool for a very expensive amount that they already owned, and it was embarrassing. But again, no detail here, although I will dwell down on this particular point at the 29th July summit where we're covering some pretty powerful stuff from CEOs to privacy to security to compliance, auditing, risk management. And I'm about to post something shortly about risk that Rajisha has put together, and you will see that. So anyway, the bottom line is when you reconcile this, you will start to find out that you got more tools than you actually require. You're not using them effectively because people were not trained. In this instance, the problem turned out to be there was a slight shortfall of money and they didn't train and shelved it, and they were supposed to get back to it later and they didn't. But they bought another shiny toy. If I'm a vendor and I have a quota to make, I will sell you the tools. So I'm not going to go blame anybody there. Point is, what was the process you had? What was the oversight you had? If you look at this, especially at this times like this, you might be able to save a lot of money and perhaps even improve your security posture because you want to duplicate products that are fighting for resources. You'll be able to train people to use the tools that you have more effectively. If these tools don't do the job for you and you need to look at it to change, that's something different. But have you done your own review? Not in silos. A review of what your business is, what do you need? Then you go, we don't do that. We let the vendor tell you that we've got the shiny objects. You won't go to a doctor and let him give you a bottle of medication because it's fantastic. Because if you don't have a problem, why would you be buying that? So why are we buying tools that you don't even know if you need them? And that requires all the way top. This is the culture we're talking about, but affects many areas. And sometimes, not sometimes, more often this problem doesn't get caught because we operate in silos. So I think there's a real need for organizations to look at it, and I think it'll give you a tremendous amount of payback. So we'll dwell down a lot further at the 29th July. Do register and attend. There's no cost for anyone, but you'll be quite pleased that you did.